supporting everything from agriculture to transportation to access to renewable energy. In fact, the MCC just announced discussions for partnerships with 4 African countries. Our first COP4 compacts, Gambia, Togo, to boost economic development.
Hello family, this is your brother Dobia Anzanse. Today we are talking about U.S.-Africa Leaders Summit, which is currently going on in America. It's a 3-day summit, I think, and then organized by the Americans. They invite African leaders to come to America, as usually, for them to dictate to us as to the future of Africa. You know, these people still can't get it. They don't know that it's a new dawn for Africa. They don't know that the new Africa is not to be dictated for. You know, they still can't get it. So we in One Africa Mission, we entitle it the U.S.-Africa Leaders. It's dead on arrival. But before we continue, please try and subscribe to our YouTube channel, One Africa Mission. We are on a mission, and our mission is to see a united Africa, because we believe that that is the only way Africa can be able to compete in the geopolitics of this world. That's what we believe. And then also subscribe to, also like and share. You can like our Facebook page, number one Africa Mission. It's just the number one Africa Mission. Number one. If you search on Facebook, you'll find us. It's a young page, and then we need your support. We need your help. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, and please like and share and pass comments. Tell us your vision as an African. Your vision. Do you really think Africa should be united? Do you think a united Africa can be manipulated and be pushed around like the way they are pushing us around? Because anybody sit down and then they call African leaders to come so that they decide for Africa. They decide to the African leaders the future of Africa. The other day it was Chinese inviting Africans to China for China-Africa Summit, Japan-Africa Summit, Russia-Africa Summit, England, UK Africa Summit, Germany Africa Summit, France Africa Summit, you name it. Even if the president of Afghanistan call on African leaders, we will still go. We have to. It's about time we stop that. This America Africa Summit should be the last one that anybody or any leader will sit in their country and invite African leaders anymore. We have to stop it. We cannot continue to be running to other countries to have photoshops for no reason. These people doesn't have the solution to the problems of Africa. The solution of Africa problems is in the hands of the Africans. We have the brains. Look at Ethiopia. What was going on there? We are brothers, yeah, but misunderstanding from these people. And the leaders of Africa, the elders, they came together, and today, at least, if for nothing, we are experiencing some peace in stability in Ethiopia. So we cannot continue to depend on these people, yeah, to solve the problems of Africa. And the reason we entitled this America Leaders Summit, or U.S.-Africa Leaders Summit, dead on arrival, is because the brain behind it, behind this summit, is not for the good of Africa. It's to counter the growing influence of China and Russia in Africa. That is the only reason why they have this. Because that is what they are telling us. They are telling us that they are doing this to counter the growing influence of China and Russia in Africa. So if China and Russia was not doing what they could not do in Africa for many years, for many centuries, if China and Russia were not there doing what they could not do, there is no way they would have been running helter-skelter, looking for, calling on African leaders to come to America so that they promised them $55 billion. $55 billion. The question is, how much are you taking out of Africa? The sanctions you put on Zimbabwe, how much did it cost Zimbabwe? So before you will come talking to us, you want a solution or you want to help us solve the problems of Africa. First of all, take out the sanctions that you put on Zimbabwe. You put sanctions on Zimbabwe. These are our people. These are our mothers. These are our sisters. These are our fathers. You put sanctions on Zimbabwe, and Zimbabwe is not surviving. And yet you claim to care about Africa. You think the blood of every African is secret. Look at what is happening in Congo. Did you discuss what is happening in Congo in that your so-called Africa U.S. summit, leaders summit? Did you discuss the situation in Congo? Our people are dying every blessed day. Thanks to you people, the help and support that you are giving to Ukraine, if you had given quarter of that help to Congo, Congo will be peaceful. Why are you people not doing that to Congo? And yet you are calling on African leaders to come for a solution to the problems of Africa. Whilst as a matter of fact, you are the problem. You are the problem of Africa. So you have no solution to the problems of Africa. We, the African children, have the solution to our problems. So I'm urging African leaders to stop running to these people. If anybody want to have meeting or summit concerning the problems of Africa, that person should come to Africa. It's about time we stop this disrespect, because this is just disrespect. These people in their minds still think that we are inferior to them. They are playing this superiority complex game on us. Imagine watching this 49 African leaders being invited, and look at their hypocrisy as usual. You are inviting 49 leaders. What about the others? You claim they are not democratic countries, but you are dealing with other countries that are not democratic countries. Excuse me to say, but you are dealing with Saudi Arabia. Is Saudi Arabia a democratic country? So it's all about your interest. When it is your interest, you talk about democracy. When it is not your interest, you don't care about democracy. You never care about nobody. If you really care about the continent of Africa, as I said, we are all one people, one blood. Lift the sanctions against Zimbabwe. Lift the sanctions against Zimbabwe. And then give Congo the necessary help that Congo needs to fight and bring peace to Congo. That is what we need, because a peaceful Congo can give Africa trillions of dollars, not 55 billion. A peaceful Congo can give Africa trillions of dollars, not 55 billion. You wouldn't do that because you know what you are taking out of that country. You know what you are taking out of that country, and that country is Africa. That country is my country. Many times when people ask me, Dobia, why do you always say you are from this, you are from that? Yes, I'm from everywhere, because as long as you are a black man, you are an African. It doesn't matter where you are, where you were born. Forget about the geographical locations. Forget about the borders. The borders were created by them. These people who claim to care about Africa, they created the borders. And today they are running to Africa. They want to help Africa. And then Joe Biden is talking about Africa intercontinental free trade. You saw the potentials. You saw these potentials, and other people are coming to Africa. And that's why you are running in. So you cannot help us. He said 1.3 billion. We are not 1.3 billion. We are not up 1. Africa is more than 1.4. Africa is more than 1.6 billion population. It's all part of your mind games. Everything about Africa, you want to narrow it, make it look smaller, inferiority complex. We will not take it anymore. So you are coming, you are calling Africans because you see that the game is changing. But instead of you to up your game, you're still languishing in those colonial mindset, white supremacy mindset, thinking that you are superior and then we are inferior. We are not more inferior. We have never been inferior. It was just a mistake that we made. And then you people now taught us a lesson. Africa has never been an inferior continent, and Africa will never be an inferior continent. So as I said, if you really sincere, you want to deal with Africa in a respectful way, or you want to help Africa, you cannot even help Africa. But if you want to be, let me put it this way, if you want to be part of the solutions for finding solutions to Africa problems, first of all, take out the sanctions in Zimbabwe. That is number one. And also, the help that you are giving to Ukraine, the help that you are giving to Ukraine, billions and billions and weapons to help them fight or defend themselves from Russia, that is good. We also need it in Congo. We need that in Congo as well. Until that, we will never trust you. You are not to be trusted. America is never to be trusted. The Western world is never to be trusted when it comes to Africa. You are talking about COVID-19. And then how you guys, it's always you want to help us. It's always, when are we going to do it for ourselves? When COVID-19, when you guys invented COVID-19, when you guys invented it, COVID-19, what's the country? Cape Verde. Is it Cape Verde? The president come out and said, oh, we have found a solution. We have found a remedy to the COVID. You guys throw it into the dustbin because you think nothing good can come from Africa. And today you are talking about partnership with Africa, partnership with Africa. We don't need your partnership because your partnership has nothing good for Africa. All that you're going to do is telling us what you can do for us. We are men and women. And then what we want to do things for our own selves. Not for us to be sitting down so that you'll be calling us or anytime you want. Come and I'll show you what to do. No, it is past and gone. The new Africa doesn't need it anymore. So if you really want to engage with Africa, yeah, you must engage with Africa with respect and dignity, not disrespect and supremacy, because that's your superiority complex thing, and thinking that we are inferior. We are not ready for that anymore. You are creating chaos everywhere in Africa. The other day, the president of Nigeria was saying it. All the weapons you claim to be pouring in Ukraine, some of them are ending up in Africa to continue the destabilization of Africa. And yet you go around and claim you want to help Africa. What kind of hypocrisy is that? You guys are planning, or you guys are anticipating a so-called Third World War, because there has never been a first, even well, not to talk of a Second World War. This was European tribes fighting among themselves, and you drag our people into it. Today you are anticipating something like that, so you all are running to Africa. You cannot use Africa as your battleground. We will not take it this time around. No, we don't want to be part of it, because there was nothing good out of when our forefathers went and died for you people. Nothing good came out of it. No. So it's about time that you people realize that it's a new dawn for Africa. And Africa is no more going to be, we're no more going to take it that you people will just sit down and be dictating the future of Africa. Money cannot dictate the future of Africa. No. Money, $55 billion or $50 billion cannot dictate the future of Africa, because what you guys are taking out of Africa in daily basis, we are not talking about monthly or yearly, daily basis, the amount of money you guys are taking out of Africa is trillions of dollars, not billions. So you're not going to take all this and then turn around and call African leaders. And please, to our leaders, we respect you, we honor you, we know you also love Africa just as we love. If these people have tightened your hands, yeah, but the only solution is, as we believe in one African mission, it's a united Africa. The children of Africa are sick and tired of you people being disrespected, because as long as they continue to disrespect you, their children will also be disrespecting the children of Africa. It's just natural. It's just the order. As long as they continue to disrespect African leaders, come and let's do you this. A tiny little country like Britain will sit down and call the entire continent of Africa that they want to help you. How is that possible? How can they do it? It just doesn't make sense. They cannot. And they have been doing this for years. And yet, we are where we are. So this should tell us that the solution to our problems, it is not in their hands. They cannot. And even if they have the solution, they will not do it. I thank you very much, please. I thank you, everybody, for coming around. Please share our videos and then like our page. We are One Africa Mission. We have a Facebook page, as I said. And then together, we can move Africa forward, because we have the chance never before afforded to any generation of Africans. We have the chance never before afforded to any generation of Africans to make Africa great, to stop the children of Africa dying in the Mediterranean Sea, to stop the children of Africa being disrespected all over the world. We have the chance never before given to any generations of Africans to do this, and then together we can do it, and then we must do it. It is our time. I thank you very much for coming around.